Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night. Get him in your lineups. Get him in there. And let's go get this money. Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. Yo, what's happening? What's going on, man? This DFS Jerusalem. Today, we're going to be breaking down a little bit of last night's action. We're going to be going with our regular formatting of the show, where we take a look back at what happened last night. We do that through a couple of things, man. The first thing we do is we rock out our Core 4 review. Normally on slates where there's 5 games or less, I don't do like a traditional. I was good. I was good everywhere. So, a really good night, man, on DraftKings and on FanDuel. They both hit. Everything was good, and hopefully you all had a chance to use those. And I'm going to show you kind of what those were. Okay, this was my core plays. So we had Boogie priced at 11.5. We had Holiday at 6.2, 4.1 for Tyreek Evans, and 4K for Valentine. So, you know, if I'm doing the math, man, and I'm adding this up, what I'm coming up with is, 25.8 in salary, 25.8K in salary. Now, to achieve, the desired goal is for this combination, the 25.8 in salary. What I want to do is I want to achieve 6x value, right? So that meant that with this core, I was looking at bringing in 154.8 DraftKings points combined. This is what I wanted. All right. So we had a really nice game from Boogie, and we're gonna go through and just talk about each player as they went through. So we had 83.75 from Boogie. Holiday had a really solid game. I believe he scored 37 DraftKings points. We had 30 from 33.75 from Denzel Valentine, and then we also had 30.5 from Tyreek Evans. And see, the funny part about this is I got off of half of my Tyreek Evans shares once I found out that he was actually going to be on a minutes limit, or his minutes were going to be monitored. And I wish they'd never said anything about that, because the 2 lineups that I did have that didn't cash were the 2 lineups I was right behind the cash line. It was because I switched to Mo Harkless and didn't have Tyreek Evans, because they were similarly priced. I think Mo Harkless was priced at 4K, while Tyreek Evans was priced at 4.1. So I pivoted to Harkless, and in those couple of lineups, in the couple of lineups that didn't cash, right behind the cash line, that's where I was. So, like we said, Boogie went off for the big 83-point game. That was nice. That was solid, bro. And it was kind of weird because you know what I thought? I thought this was gonna be a night where you would see like stupid ownership on Boogie. You know what I mean? And that core combined for 185 DraftKings points. So they exceeded the mark, but 30 points, like a whole another man. Just exceeded it by 30 points, which is dope. Some of that is Boogie chalk, so you want to take that with a grain of salt. And if I divide that 185, by the original price that I spent for them, the 25.8, then that's going to give me 7.17x value. That's awesome. That's dope. So if you rock with my core 4, last night. If you rock with them and I mean, I did all the heavy lifting for you if you weren't thinking about those guys. So that's good. I could be a blessing to you. I hope you use them. I did, man, and it really helped me out. Cash pretty much everywhere. And these are the nights that these are the nights that are good. These are the nights that are good, man. I like this. And and the funny thing is, and I'm not gonna take a shot at anybody who said, "Oh man, I'm fading Boogie," because I mean I get it. As a tournament player, as a DFS player, as a guy that's looking for that edge, I get it. I get when you say, "Yo, this dude is gonna be so high owned that I'm gonna fade him." But for me, the narrative, we talked about this. The narrative is usually as good as the player. It's only as good as the player. And you think about this. You've got no Anthony Davis. You've got Boogie going back to Sacramento. He was mad about the way it all ended. Like, that's crazy. It was crazy to me to fade him completely. Now, if you didn't have, 100% on him, I get it. Because I don't like you to go, I wouldn't suggest you to go 100% anybody. But today, on DraftKings, I was 100% Boogie. I had like 12 lineups, and he was in every single one of them. Every one of them. And he went off, man. He had a great game. So let's go ahead and jump into the feature 4 players tonight, which is really our feature 5 because the homies in the shop, the VIP, they added one that I do want to share with you all. So let's go ahead and talk about, these are the most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS Sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is the who dat scoring all them points over there player of the night, and that's got to go to the homie Al Horford, man. 6.8K in salary, goes out, has a monster game, 1 rebound shy of the double-double bonus, which would have really put you in the driver's seat if you had him. 34 minutes, 27 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. He hit 4 3-point shots, had 1 block shot, 4 turnovers. Very solid game for the homie Al Horford. Pretty solid game there. The next guy we're going to talk about is the how did I miss that play tonight? And it's going to be Al-Farouq Aminu. And the reason why he is a how did I miss that play is because I was talking him up. I talked him up all day. I was like, yo, these are 2 guys I like. If I'm going to play anybody from the Portland game, I'm playing Harkless and I'm playing Aminu. And I ended up having mostly Harkless, no Aminu at all. I had no Aminu, and that sucked because he was a guy that I was high on, a guy that I really liked. He gave us 33 minutes, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He was asked to stay on the court a lot more because Nurkic's getting in that foul trouble, man. That really hurt him. He ended up with 3 more steals, a block, only 2 turnovers. Very solid performance there from Al-Farouq Aminu. And now we're going to get into the guy that the shop put me on. This is the shop put me on player tonight. This is when I go into the shop and I'm listening to these guys talking. I'm like, nah, these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. I'm a genius. I know everything. And then they throw this name out at me. There's 2 names they threw at me. And I was like, okay, sounds great. These motherfuckers are sharp, bro. No, I have like the sickest family. I have the sickest DFS family in the game. Like these, if I could ever get all these motherfuckers together and just build one lineup for me, oh my god, bro, I'm sure I would. They could make me $1 million, man. It's stupid because they come up with all like the best plays. Okay, so one of them was Daniel Nwaba. They was like, yo, I like Nwaba. He was good. Yo, you can tell the guys that been with me for a long time because they know Daniel Nwaba from the end of last year with the Lakers. Like that's how like in depth these cats can get. But the shot put me on play is gonna be the homie Jameer Nelson. Yo, I had no intention of playing this dude. Absolutely no intention. None. And I think what helped them out some is when they started the Miller guy, whatever his name is, that from the Pelicans, and then they didn't start him in the second half. They started Jameer Nelson. He continued to go off. So 36 minutes for him, 18 points, 4 boards, 6 assists. I'm talking 3.9K. Hit 4 3-point shots. Only turned it over twice. Got a block. And he was very low owned, man. Like 8% owned in some tournaments I was in. And I would have not played him unless the shop put me on. So big shout out to the DFS Sweatshop family for getting me 35 points for 3.9K. That was dope. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the heat check play tonight. And it can only be one dude, man. It's not always the guy that scores the most points. It's not always that guy. But it's the guy that goes out and just kills it. And this dude wrecked and robbed the slate. Yo, I thought he was going to be 60 to 75% owned. When his tournament started, and I saw on DraftKings, he was like 48%. I was like, what the fuck are they thinking, homie? This dude has a 100-point upside. And he went out and damn near got it. Now, he did play 44 minutes to get it. He had 41 points, 23 boards, 6 assists, 3 3-pointers made, got a steal, blocked the shot. Nice game for the homie DeMarcus Cousins, man. He wrecked the slate, was the highest scoring guy on the slate. Big shout out to you. And when we talk about that one motherfucker, because we got to talk about that. There's always that one motherfucker. I had this dude in one lineup on FanDuel, and I'm sure, because the ownership was like 20 some odd percent on him, and I'm sure he did a couple of people dirty. He didn't really do me that dirty, and I can't really like heap it on him because he's not like this everyday starter boss guy that we think should be doing well. But yo, honestly, Torian Prince, you's a motherfucking snowflake, man. 28 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. Bro, you had just as many points as you had turnovers, man. What the fuck is going on? 5.7K, 11.5 DraftKings points. Horrible. Disgusting. Disgusting. Torian Prince, tonight, use a motherfucking snowflake with your old snowflake ass, and I ain't gonna roster your bitch ass again. Now let's get on with the rest of the motherfucking show. Cool. Now, we do have a pretty solid slate of games popping off. We've only got 7 games, so what we're going to do, we're going to roll through a brief recap of what happened last night, and we're not going to stay too long. We're just going to hit on each game, talk about some of the highs and lows, things that we really noticed. Awesome. Let's go and check it out. All right, first game we got is going to be the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. This was a fairly entertaining game down the stretch. We talked about a couple of guys already when we talked about how Jerry Grant saved his day with a really solid second half, got off to a very slow start. We had Denzel Valentine was a core guy who had a very nice showing. So let's go ahead. All right, Robin Lopez in 36 minutes had 16 and 8 to go with 4 assists. Justin Holiday in 37 minutes had 13 and 10 while shooting 36% from the field. And see, that's what got him because Jerry Grant shot bad too. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists with 2 steals while only shooting 2 for 7 from the field for 28%. Now, David Nwaba off of the bench had 15 and 11 while shooting 62% from the field. Very solid game there. Denzel Valentine, 1 rebound shy of that double-double. Man, I needed that. 11 and 9 to go with 5 assists, 2 steals while shooting 21% from the field, bro. They just did not shoot well. Big quick question, are we still doing NFL? Yes. Saturday night, the Iceman and I will be breaking down the all-days, the Sunday slate in its entirety. We're going to be going back and forth, chopping shit up. Then we're going to come back here and build some lineups. That's going to be VIP only. So if you're not a part of that, go to the website, www.dfssweatshop.com, and get in there. All right. Marketing, very great game from him. 30 minutes, he had 14 and 12 to go with an assist. That was decent there. As far as the Atlanta Hawks went, the play from this game, surprisingly, was Mike Muscala, man. In 31 minutes, he had a double-double, 14 and 10. Also had 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. We saw Dwayne Dedman, man. I played him, and he did pretty well on FanDuel especially. He had 4 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Also had 1 block while shooting 2 for 5 from the field. Kent Bazemore in 32 minutes had 16 and 5 to go with 3 assists and 3 steals. And Marco Bellinelli off of the bench had 23 points, man, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Pretty solid game there from him. Next game we're going to be talking about is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies at the crib, at the Grindhouse against the Dallas Mavericks, playing host to them. Harrison Barnes, man, I thought it was going to be a coming out game for him. I felt that. And he had 22 points and 11 boards with an assist in 37 minutes. We also saw a decent game from Wesley Matthews in 35 minutes, 18 and 1, rebounding with 1 assist and 1 steal. Pretty good game there. Didn't see much from anybody else. Dirk Nowitzki, 14 and 7 to go with 3 steals in his 28 minutes. He shot 38% from the field, man. Hit 2 of 3 3-point shots. So not a awesome game, but a pretty decent one. The Memphis Grizzlies, man. Yo, the struggle is real for Mike Conley, bro. Mike Conley was struggling all game long, and then he turned it around. In the second half, pretty much, man. It was a decent game, ended up to be. But Marc Gasol, 33 minutes, he had 25 and 13 to go with 3 assists while shooting 8 of 16 for 50% from the field. Really nice shooting game there. Tyreek Evans off of the bench, a core guy, in 22 minutes had 19 and 6 to go with 1 assist and 1 steal. And we did see Mike Conley for 30 minutes. He had 22 points, 1 board, 4 assists, and 1 steal while shooting 38% from the field. Horrible shooting percentage there. Next game we got is going to be the Boston Celtics going to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks, man. Did y'all see the Milwaukee, like, where they play at? It was pretty rough where they was playing at. It was like the floor looked crazy. It was kind of wild to watch, man. I didn't really love it. Jason Tatum for the Celtics in 27 minutes had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Al Horford, we talked about him already. 29 and 9, 27 and 9, do it 4 assists and 1 block. Kyrie was a really great player in this game as well. In 34 minutes, he had 24 and 3, to go 7 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Okay, so the Baines kid comes off of the bench. They start the Theus guy. Why the fuck did they start Theus? They should just play Baines. Baines had 12 and 7 to go with 1 assist. He ended up playing 23 minutes. The Theus guy played 18, did not score a point, but he had 5 rebounds and 1 assist. Just play Baines, bro. It was stupid. Just play Baines. Play Baines. Milwaukee side, it looked at one point like Giannis was gonna have a horrible game, and I think I would have made a lot more money if Giannis was just bad because I had one Giannis on FanDuel. I had no Giannis on DraftKings. I had one Giannis on FanDuel, and that lineup even had Boogie in it, which was crazy, still cash. So but he picked it up, man. The second half, he really did. He was on triple-double watch toward the end of the game. 28 and 10 to go with 7 assists with 3 steals and 1 block. He shot 47% from the field. Pretty good game there. Chris Middleton, kind of disappointed. In 35 minutes, he had 15 and 2 to go with 2 assists and 2 steals. And Malcolm Brogdon in his first game back from injury, pretty good game. 15 and 6 rebounds to go with 5 assists. Also a block shot while shooting 50% from the field, going 6 for 12. Next game we got is going to be the LA Clippers and the Portland Trailblazers. Probably the most entertaining game of the night. And if Blake takes one more step in before he shoots that last shot, I think I'm really counting the money because I had a line on FanDuel that was nutty, and it had a lot of plays from this game. Like you could even see DeAndre Jordan was in position. He was 3% owned in the GPP, but he had a 3-point shot and they ended up winning the game, so that kind of sucked for me. But Danilo Gallinari in 38 minutes had 16 and 3 to go with 3 assists while shooting 4 for 13 from the field for 30%. That was bad. Blake Griffin in 40 minutes had 25 and 8 to go with 5 assists, 1 steal, and the game winner while shooting 62% from the field. 18 boards for DeAndre Jordan, only 7 points and 1 assist. He did block 3 shots, so he played a pretty decent game over on FanDuel. Austin Rivers, the coach's son, in 34 minutes, he had 16 and 1 to go with 2 steals, and I think he may have dislocated a finger. Patrick Beverley, 34 minutes, had 13 and 7 to go with 1 steal, and Lou Williams, sweet Lou Williams, off of the bench in 18 minutes, had 13 and 1 assist. On the Portland side, pretty good game we saw from McCollum. 38 minutes, he had 23 and 5 to go with 4 assists. Dame Lillard, 25 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists in 38 minutes. Ed Davis, bro, he had 10 boards and 1 point. Come on, Ed. Put the ball in the motherfucking basket, man. Come on, man. You can do it. Yusuf Nurkic, man, horrible foul trouble all game long. He still provided 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist to go on a block shot in 27 minutes. Al-Farouq Aminu, we talked about him already in 32 minutes. He had 19 and 6 to go with 2 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. Pretty solid game there from him. The last game of the night, the piece de resistance was the Kings, man, at the crib, man, defended home court against the big bad Boogie and the Pelicans that came to town, man. Pretty solid, bro. What more can I say about Boogie, man? 41, 23, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I don't know how you faded him. He shot 56% from the field. Etuan Moore in 38 minutes had 12 and 3 to go with 1 assist and 1 steal. Cunningham didn't do much. He did start. He had 34 minutes. He had 6 and 4 to go with 1 assist and 1 steal. He was in position to separate you, bro. And Drew Holiday in 40 minutes had 20 and 4 to go with 7 assists. Also blocked the shot. Pretty decent game there. And we talked about Jerry Nelson and what he did coming off of the bench and then starting in the second half. Really nice game there. On the other side, the Sacramento side, Buddy Hield let me all the way down. But he did kind of get right in the end, but he let me down. 19 minutes. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds. George Hill in 30 minutes had 6 and 3 to go with 5 assists. George Hill played 30 fucking minutes. He played a ton and didn't do much of nothing. Really didn't. De'Aaron Fox in 24 minutes had 14 and 2 to go with 5 assists. That was decent. Zach Randolph had a nice one, man. 13 and 9 to go with 3 assists. Also had a block shot there. And he was challenging Boogie for a few parts during the game. He really was. But Boogie was just too big for him, man. Was just too big for him. So let's go ahead and jump into some talk about today's slate, man. We've got 7 games. You got the Houston Rockets going to Charlotte. So you got Kemba at home against subpar defense. The last time Kemba was at home, I was there, and I didn't really love him then. I really didn't love him then. I was excited that it was going to be Kemba's first game at home against a team that really doesn't do well in the backcourt. defending the backcourt. But once I looked a little bit closer at the game, I was like, nah, I don't really love this game. So I didn't play Kemba a lot. And we got San Antonio and Orlando, Denver, Atlanta should be a good one. Both of those teams are so bad that I think the scoring is going to be decent in that one. You got Brooklyn and New York, so that's a home game, home at home. You got Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves playing. You got Washington and Golden State. You got Toronto and the Los Angeles Lakers. So this should be a really, really solid one. This should be a good one, man. A good slate here. Good 7-game slate. So let's go ahead, chop it up game by game. First game we got, and I really want to go to this, man. This is James Harden, bro. I really want to go to this game. I might have to break my magic. I really want to go to this game. First game we got is going to be the Houston Rockets going to Charlotte to take on the Hornets here. Right off the bat, James Harden, 11.5. He does stand out to me in this spot. Him as well as Clint Capella. Now, not Clint Capella, but Eric Gordon, because he's been playing lights out. Now, okay, I'm gonna talk about this game just a little bit. Okay, who's gonna be guarding James Harden? I would say they're gonna put Jeremy Lamb on him, and what that means is Jeremy Lamb's gonna be on the floor a lot, and that means that Harden's gonna be covering Lamb. So Lamb's probably gonna be able to get his rocks off and score as much as he wants to. Kemba as the point guard, he's gonna be able to score as well. He's priced at 8K, so I see it where he is usable. Dwight Howard used to play for Houston, but it's not the revenge narrative that everybody might try to paint the picture. It's really not, because Dwight is happy where he is. He's fine. And he is like a big-time rebounding presence here. That's going to kind of put me off of Clint Capella in the spot. For some reason, I'm seeing foul trouble for Clint Capella, because they are not ashamed or shy at all to throw the ball down to Dwight in the spot. They're not ashamed to do it at all. So, like I said, Kemba, Jeremy Lamb, I think Dwight Howard is going to be a play for me at 7.1. I do, because, a lot of shots. Whenever you get a lot of shots here, a lot of shots in this game, a lot of shots mean a lot of rebounds. So, if you want to look at Clint Capella, I get it. But me, I like Dwight Howard too. I could use both of them. And Dwight, of course, James Harden is going to be in play as well. You look at Ryan Anderson, he could be usable in this spot at 4.4. Even PJ Tucker off of the bench at 4K is a guy that I kind of like. This game could go in. Howard and Clint cancel each other out. And what I'm saying is, what I'm thinking is either they're going to cancel each other out, or they're going to, both blow up. They could both blow up here, because the pace of this game is going to be dictated by the best player on the floor, which is James Harden, which is Mike D'Antoni offense, which is run and gun, get up and down the field. Then to match that, you got Kemba, probably one of the quicker guards in the league, next to John Wall, with the ball in his hand. So this is going to be running, bro. This is going to be running. I like this game. I think it's going to be overlooked. It's the first game on the slate. People are not really going to want to invest a lot into this game. I think that you don't have to go Kemba. You don't have to go Harden. But a couple of those other guys, look at guys like Eric Gordon, maybe Jeremy Lamb, Dwight Howard, maybe Clint Capella. I kind of like those guys. All right. Next game we got is going to be the San Antonio Spurs and the Orlando Magic. I've seen the homie destroy them a couple times, but he's not playing. Talking about Elfrid Payton, man, but he's not playing, man. He's still out. So yeah, he's had really good games. I think he had a triple-double against them or some shit maybe last season. I'm not sure. Let me check. He has good games against them, if my memory served me correct. 14. He had a good game against them at some point. I can't remember exactly when it was, but whatever. I'll be looking for that shit forever. But so right first thing jumped off the page for me here against Orlando would be the Vucevic Aaron Gordon matchup, or the Vucevic the Aldridge Gordon matchup, or the Aldridge Vucevic matchup, depending on how that shakes out. And I wanna not love Gordon, but I kind of don't have a choice. He's been playing so well lately. I'm gonna definitely take a shot at him. Aldridge, of course, is gonna be in play for me at 8.2. I absolutely love DeJounte Murray. As long as DeJounte Murray is under 6K, I am going to play him. I talked about him. I've been talking about him, Vic Oladipo, Dwight Howard. I've been talking about them cats for the better part of the beginning of the season, man. But I love DeJounte Murray here at 5.3. If Pop trusts you, I trust you. If Popovich trusts you to run his offense, I trust you to play you. I can definitely look there, definitely. All right. You look at Evan Fournier at 6.1. Uh, he's usable because Terrence Ross is probably going to get locked up by Danny Green. So I can dig that. And then Kyle Anderson, I'm not afraid of Kyle Anderson defense against Evan Fournier at all. So DJ Augustine at 5.7, he could be usable as well. But see, the pace of this game could slow down some. So I don't want to have like a ton invested here. The one thing I want you to realize, too, we talked about this yesterday, is you look at the point total and it's right around 200. So it's not a high point total. That doesn't mean that you can't play people from this game. All that means is don't go two-hand. That means play the primary ball handler, the primary scorer, the number one, number two guys. Don't play everybody. That's what it means. Whenever you got a team hovering around 100, 101, 106, and you believe in those point totals, that means just don't play a ton of people. If it's the point total is 115, 120, that means you're going to get scoring from the bench. Okay? Murray's going to be lower owned after getting shut down by Dragic. Yeah. Murray shit the bed this last time you said that. No, the last time I liked Murray, he had 16 rebounds. Yeah, that was against Miami. No. I didn't play Murray against Miami. No. I played him against Toronto. And I played him against Chicago. You don't. I said you don't play point guards in Miami against Dragic. Like you don't do that. Like that's a sweatshop law, baby. We don't do that. I had zero DeJounte Murray last time he played, but I had all the Murray the time before that when he had 15 points and 16 rebounds. Yeah, yeah. That's we don't play Murray. We don't play point guards in Miami against Dragic. We don't do that. That's suicide. So, next game we got is going to be the Denver Nuggets and the Atlanta Hawks. Augustine nowhere near Dragic as a defender. Exactly. Yeah, Ross was bad. Yeah, Ross. I liked Ross. I said yeah. I said I liked Ross, and Ross was bad. All right, here we go. We got okay, Denver Nuggets and the Atlanta Hawks. We got Kent Bazemore, who will continue to shoot. I think we can continue to play him until he gets above 6K. I think 5.4 is a decent price to ask for a guy that's going to take that many shots and pretty much have the green light. You look at Nikola Jokic is going to be covered mostly by Dwayne Dedmon, who does not stand a chance against him. So I think Jokic is going to be in play for us. Millsap going back to Atlanta could mean a little something. I think he still feels a type of way about the way that went down. This is not a full-blown revenge joint, but I think you can play him here in the spot. Either way, I kind of like him. Gary Harris at 4.9. Gary Harris is too cheap. And he's a very good player. He's a very good young player. Gary Harris is so cheap at 4.9. He's like an early core play for me. I like that. And then the way we like to attack Atlanta at the point guard spot, you look at Malcolm Delaney. That dude can't cover nobody. Jamal Murray's a good young player too. I kind of like this one, bro. I like Jamal Murray, and if I had to pick two guys from this game, like right now, it'd be Gary Harris and Jamal Murray, and I kind of like them. Even Will Barton come on for the bench, and this team was embarrassed by the Hornets their last time on the court, and I think they're gonna want to go to Atlanta and play well. Torian Prince 5.8. He's usable. I would say. I don't love him, but he's usable. Mike Muscala, don't chase that shit again. That 3.3 is a very cheap price. But don't chase that. Just don't do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. John Collins at 5.6 is a guy that I still think I can play. Coming off of the bench, getting solid minutes, I wouldn't have an issue there. And that's going to be if Ersan is out. If Ersan plays, I'm not fucking with it. But if Ersan is out, I think you can still go back to John Collins here. Next game, we got the Brooklyn Nets and my New York Knicks. And this is the funny part about this shit, bro. This is the funny part because normally I say you have to attack the Brooklyn Nets. Like you stream teams against the Nets. But look what you're streaming. You're streaming a shitty ass fucking Knicks, bro. And Kristaps, you're not getting a discount on him. He's 8.5. He does have the upside to go in and play a really solid game here, but he's kind of small and can get pushed around by cats like Trevor Booker, who's very strong in the paint. Timothy Mozgov is a big stiff who's gonna clog up the paint. So this is tough, man. This is really tough because for me, I would just like look at this and play play some Cantor and just get on through with it. Because if Cantor's going to continue to start the way he is and to touch the ball as much as he is and to rebound as well as he's been doing, yeah, I'll go there. And I might even take a look on the bench at somebody like Michael Beasley if I think he's gonna get some minutes. But the Knicks is just so hard to play because they're so bad. They're so bad. And they could get blown, bro. And they could get blown by this Brooklyn Nets team. But the total is 220. It's one of the and see this is it. This is a classic example of how sometimes when bad teams with no like bona fide star power, like no real real deal bona fide star power, you see the total be this high. You see it be 108 total for Brooklyn and 111 total for the Knicks. You know why? Because they're bad and they can't stop anybody, and there's no like set star that's gonna dominate and score all the points. So it's gonna be like 5 or 6 guys in double figures from Brooklyn Nets, and it's gonna be 4 or 5 guys in double figures from for the Knicks, and nobody's really gonna separate themselves as like the best player on the floor. You know what I mean? So so when we do that, now when that's the case, now I'm looking for price. Now I'm trying to find trying to find cheap motherfuckers now. Now I'm looking for Cantor at 5.9. I'm looking at RHJ at 5.2. I'm looking at Karis LeVert at 5.4. I'm looking where Spencer Dinwiddie at 5.2. Like that's what I'm looking for. Ramon Sessions is at 4.4. I'm looking at for them cats. Like this, I'm not stacking this. They're like fillers. You know what I'm saying? I think so too. Fast-paced games helps Hardaway. Carroll better since moves to power forward position. Yeah, power. Yeah, Carroll. Like that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for cats like that. Maybe even Kilpatrick for the cheap at 3.5. Like I'm looking for shit like that. I can't really hang my hat on this game. I'm not going to fade it, but this is where my fillers are going to come from. You know what I mean? This is where my filler spots are going to come from. Next game we got to be Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yo, that Russell Westbrook shit from the other night, man. You're not going to see that a lot unless Paul George and or Carmelo Anthony are not playing. You're not going to see that a lot. That 70-point game, I'm going to let everybody else jump on that and ride that. I do like the fact that you get Paul George at 7.7. I love that. Coming off of that bad game that he just played where he got in foul trouble, I don't think people are going to want to play him. I do. I like him there at 7.7. I don't love Melo. I don't love Westbrook, but I do think Steven Adams at 6K can be a play that we look at. On the other side, you kind of got to go Karl Anthony Towns at 8.6. This team has been playing really bad lately, man. Yo, this team has been playing they haven't been playing good. And if Jimmy Butler doesn't play, I'm going to like Karl Anthony Towns even more. I'm not on Wiggins. I think Teague does deserve some consideration. If you want to get jiggy with it and you got Jamal Crawford coming off the bench, because clearly Jimmy Butler not playing does not help does not help Shabazz Muhammad a lot and does not help Namia Bielita. It actually benefits Jamal Crawford with the second team. So that's kind of, yo, and DFS, you're going to have a short memory, bro. Yeah, Paul George robbed us the other night, but he owes us, and we got to collect that, all right? Next game we got is the Washington Wizards and the Golden State Warriors. Now, we just saw what backcourts can do to the Golden State Warriors. We just saw that. Toronto just really got on their ass. So you got John Wall priced at 10K. I'm going to have some. I am. I'm going to have some John Wall. He hasn't had a good game yet. He really hasn't. Let's take a look. He's been decent, but he hasn't had a good game yet. All right, 49 against Philly. That was decent, but not a great John Wall game. He didn't, you know what I mean? Against Detroit, he had 48, priced at 9.8. At 10K, he against Denver, 44, 35 in overtime against the Lakers. He hasn't had like that John Wall 60-point game. He hasn't had that. You know what I mean? So I think I like him here because yo he's going to destroy Steph Curry. Steph Curry wouldn't stay with him for like 1 second. He's gonna blow by Steph Curry, and I think he's gonna want to score well, especially after what happened and them getting beat the way they did, getting beat the way they did against the Lakers there. So I like John Wall here. I think Beal is gonna be in play for me. Gortat is somebody at 5.6. I kind of like here. On the other side. John Wall is not a great defender, so I think Curry's going to be in play at 8.9. You can give me some Clay. Maybe no, I don't. No, I don't. Not Clay. Not against Bradley Beal. Not against Not Clay. I would go Durant or Draymond really. Durant or Draymond. And see, Otto Porter. Yeah, he's probably going to be matched up with Kevin Durant, but he can't guard him. He can't guard him. He can't guard him. He can't. Not at all. He can't guard him. Would I like anybody from the bench here? If we get well, JaVale McGee don't play because he didn't play last time, and Jordan Bell kind of creeps into contention for me if JaVale McGee doesn't play. But he did play last time. Wall Porzingis night. Ooh, ooh. Last game we got on the slate is going to be Toronto Raptors and the Los Angeles Lakers. Yo, anytime DeMar DeRozan goes home, baby. DeMar DeRozan is an LA kid, man. I like that. Give me that. Give me that DeRozan, baby. I like L. Let me go check and see what he does in LA because I think he does pretty good. Okay, last time in LA, okay, 40. The last time in LA, he dropped 40. He's priced at 8.5. I remember him in seasons past just doing well in LA. He's an LA kid. They've got nobody that can really guard him. He's probably gonna be played by KCP, which is a pretty tough defender, but it's DeMar DeRozan, and I like him. He's pretty much matchup proof. I like him here. I think Kyle Lowry is gonna play at 7.6. I like him in the spot. Norman Powell is a no for me. Maybe some CJ Miles. Just Jakob Poeltl is now 5.3. I can't do that. I can't. I don't like that. Well, and it depends if okay. So Negrera is out. Okay, so you got no choice but to give Poeltl a play at 5.3 if you want to attack them. But I also am going to be attacking Toronto rebounding as well. You look at Larry Nance Jr. at 5K, and he can have his way on the boards here, in my opinion. He can have his way on the boards here. No Julius Randle for me. Maybe some. I don't like to play point guards against Toronto. I don't like to play point guards against them. So yeah, look like Larry Nance is the play that I like the most in the spot, and maybe some Brook Lopez, Cause I think he can score against Siakam and against Poeltl. If Poeltl starts, I'll play him. If Siakam starts, I'll play him because he's 3K. Siakam is 3K. If he starts, he could be a 3K play today. Real talk. If he starts, he could be the 3K play today. And this is a 225 point total. So that means points are not only going to come from the top, they're going to come from the bench as well. So that's something to look at, man. It really is something to look at. Powell went to UCLA. No Powell, yeah, yep. Ball and play until he gets priced up. And he's got to be, man. He's got to be in play because he's a bigger guard. He's not like a guy that's gonna have to back him down and keep the ball away. He's a bigger guard, can move, can do things other than score. I think Lonzo Ball is in play here at 7.1. Plus he's at the crib, man. They're playing in LA. I can use Lonzo Ball. I can. So I'm gonna just breeze through on FanDuel and see if there's any major yeah, you said Kuzma has been getting a lot of minutes. Oh yeah, 4.7. Yeah, okay. We can highlight Kuzma too. Yeah, because like I said, man, at a total this high, 225, you're gonna see points come from all over the place, not just in the starting rotation. So that was a good call. That was a good call, homie. Just go and check it out. We're gonna look through FanDuel some just to see if there's any discrepancies in pricing. Because you got like Kimba's 8K on FanDuel. But on DraftKings, what's the price? He's 7.8. So yes, okay, I can dig that, right? You got Aldridge is 9K on FanDuel. That doesn't look as playable as it does on DraftKings for me. Vooch is 8.7, who I don't really love him. Terrence Ross is cheaper on FanDuel, 4.1. DeJounte Murray, 5.5 on FanDuel. That's nice. That's nice. Raptors coach still screws with minutes. Val is back tomorrow. Oh, if Joe Val back tomorrow, it says he's out right here. Let's take a look. Take a look here. Because he's only 5.9. Oh, his estimated return is okay. Okay. Valanciunas will remain out for Wednesday's game against the Warriors. Dwayne Casey told reporters Tuesday that Valanciunas is making progress in recovering from sprained ankle. Won't be ready for Wednesday's contest. Okay. True. Okay. So we could see him. Okay, but if we do see him, that's somebody we can definitely play. We'll go back on DK and highlight him. He's most assuredly in play. At 5K, oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be like chalky at 5K if he plays. We got out Surge too. Why is Patty Mills getting so high for a 3K player? I don't know. Uh, but see, he comes off the bench. He gets solid minutes. It's just if his shot's falling, you know what I mean? Like his shot has to fall in order for him to really, you know. So we got Denver and Atlanta. Jokic is 8.4 on FanDuel. That's cool. Uh, Gary Harris is 5K on FanDuel. He's cheaper on DraftKings. Okay, we got Chris Dash is 8.9. Ooh, that's too much. Cantor is 6K. Dinwiddie is 5K here. Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook at 11.5. Paul George 8.3. Melo at 8. Adams is up to 7K on FanDuel. We've got 9.5 for Karl-Anthony Towns. That looks a little too pricey. Jamal Crawford is 3.9. I kind of like that on FanDuel. What's Wall's price? Wall is under 10K. Wall looks like a FanDuel lock for me. He's under 10K here. Just under 10K, 9.7. I like that. Brad Beal, 7.8. Gortat is 6K. That's usable. Yeah. Steph is 9.5. Ooh, I like Steph on DraftKings, not on FanDuel though. KD 10.1. Jaja 3.2. All right, Toronto. We got. Ooh, how cheap is Jonas? Jonas 5.9 on FanDuel. Yeah, baby, that's usable. Lowry 7.5. That's nice. DeMar DeRozan. I can pay 8.4 for him against the Lakers. KCP is at 6K. That's not horrible. Brandon Ingram at 5.6. Lonzo 7.4. That's usable. All right, so cool. So we got a good slate, man. So make sure you come and check it out, man. Yo, meet me back. Meet me in the VIP at 5:30. We're gonna chop this up, man. First game is at 7, so that's gonna give us about 35, 45 minutes to really get into the slate and chop it up and go through everything. So, oh, he asks if I'm uploading this. No, this is live, baby. This is live. This is live right now. Right now we are live. So yo, thank y'all for joining us, man, and being a part of everything, man. It's always good to be here. Shout out to the homie Josh Paul Davis. Had a good night for him. Always that one, but 2 good nights in a row. Thank you, man. Shout out to Osman22 who finished 2nd place in the what tournament was this? This was the this is the 3K jump shot single entry. Shout out to the homie for finishing in 2nd place and putting the logo up there. And shout out to all of you that did well, whether you won a bunch of money or you won a couple of dollars. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Much love and respect to all of you. I will check you all out tomorrow. Remember, in the DFS Sweatshop, I want y'all to keep it real. I want you to keep it honest. And always keep it 300. Peace.